This video is for Algebra 1, Unit 8, Skill 9. You'll need your notebook and 4 different colored pens. In our table of contents, Scale 9 is our discriminant foldable, page 9. And it's going to look like this. So let's go ahead and first talk about what is the discriminant. So the first thing we need to do is recall the quadratic formula because the discriminant is directly tied to that. So if you remember, it's x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. The discriminant of that quadratic equation is actually the square root part right there. So the discriminant of the quadratic equation is b squared minus 4ac. And the biggest thing with that is the reason we use the discriminant is you can determine the number of solutions just by evaluating the discriminant. So let's talk about how we can figure that out with two solutions. So you have your example here, and essentially we're going to plug the information into b squared minus 4ac using our a, our b, and our c. So my b is negative 4, and I always put parentheses around it, minus 4 times my a, which is an invisible 1, and then times c, which is positive 3. And I'm going to simplify that. So I have negative 4 squared is 16, and then negative 4 times 1 times 3 is negative 12, which equals to a 4. So if you get a positive answer, there are two roots. So notice our answer was a positive 4, so we got those two roots. So let's check it with the graph. I'm just going to quickly solve these by factoring. So x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. I know that x minus 1 and x minus 3 give me positive 3 and subtract to make negative 4, so it's x equals 1 and x equals positive 3. So my shape is going to look like that, where I have two solutions. For one solution, which I need my red pen, we have something that looks like this. Again, we're going to use b squared minus 4ac using my values. So I have 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1. That gives me 4 minus 4, which equals 0. If your answer is 0, there is one solution. So this is where a couple people get tripped up because they're like 0, can that mean no, no solution? And that's actually not the case. It actually shows that there's one solution. So again, I'm going to go ahead and try and factor this to give me x plus 1, because 1 times 1 makes 1 and adds to make 2, and that just means that x equals negative 1. So my graph looks something, with it being one solution, that becomes my vertex. And it is now one solution because it hits one time. And then, if this is positive and this is 0, what do you think no solutions is going to have as its outcome? Well, let's see. I have b squared minus 4ac. Using my values, I have negative 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 2, which gives me positive 4, minus 8, which equals negative 4. If you guess negative, you are right. If your answer is negative, there are no real solutions. So unfortunately, this one will not be able to be factored, and if you can look at that, it's x squared minus 2x plus 2. Well, my factors of 2 are 1 and 2, which will not make negative 2 added together. But if you were to make a table of this information, you would see that your points would rely here being your vertex and opening up since it's a positive. There. So, you can see that there is no real solutions because it does not hit the x-axis at all.